Guys, you probably didn't know what an NFT was just a few weeks ago, and you've probably been bombarded with news like this. Justin Bieber buys Bored Ape Yacht Club for $1.29 million. Snoop Dogg is converting his Death Row records into NFT music labels, and then even Paris Hilton is now got her own collections. But we look down and we see that Paris Hilton is charging up to $11,000 for some of her NFTs. But then I'm like, I haven't got $1.28 million to buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club or $11,000 to buy one of Paris Hilton's NFTs. So what am I gonna do? Well guys, there's another way, and you can start with just a few $100s. So we're gonna look at how you can do that in today's episode. Now, if you've looked into NFTs at all, you've probably heard of OpenC, which is the open market for Ethereum NFTs. And you come over here and it can be pretty confusing because there's a lot of projects on here and there's all these sort of different prices. And yeah, I can go and find projects that are going to be worth a few $100s that I can buy, but I probably don't have any idea what's going to happen to those prices. So it can be a bit risky to just jump into OpenC and start picking up projects that you think might be quite cheap with potential if you don't necessarily know what you are doing, guys. And what we really need to do when we start with our first few $100s is we pretty much need to guarantee ourselves a win from that first thing. And how can we pretty much guarantee ourselves a win? Well, if you've been following me for a while, then I would have told you that you need to get onto Whitelist. And I've got a couple of videos which I'll link to the end of this one on how you can get into Whitelist. If you don't know what a whitelist is, guys, when a new project launches, it needs to build its community because it's got 10,000 or so NFTs that it really wants to sell. Now, ideally, to sell 10,000 NFTs straight away, you needed a community of probably 10 times or maybe even 20 times that. So in order to build that community, they need help from their community themselves to be able to build that, and the reward for helping them build their community by inviting new people in is potential spaces on Whitelist. Because when I look through and I'm looking at potential projects that I want to buy, I'll go through Twitter, I'll see the follower count, etc. to see whether I think this project's going to sell, and I won't even buy a project if I don't think it's going to sell out immediately. And guys, as I showed you on this video, it can be a pain in the ass to get on Whitelist because the demand for getting onto Whitelist might be a lot. And jumping over to the Real Apes Club for Discord, now you can see jumping over, this is the task to get onto the whitelist. Now guys, you've either got one of two things that you need to invest to get started in anything really. You've either got money or you've got time. If you haven't got money, then you need to invest more time. If you've got lots of money, then ultimately you can usually pay other people to do things for you, and that saves you time. So what we basically need to do, guys, is straight off the bat is we need to get onto a whitelist once we found good projects, etc. So actually getting onto whitelist isn't really that difficult, guys. It's just kind of time consuming. And I have information on my channel about how to find some of those amazing projects, as well as how to get onto those whitelists, and some little tricks and tips. So make sure you're subscribing if you want to get onto that. I also do a whitelist giveaways most weeks for some upcoming projects. So that's another way that you can perhaps get started on a whitelist. The reason you want a whitelist, guys, is maybe you find an amazing project. It's going to cost you a couple of $100s to mint from whitelist. But pretty much if you find a good project and you get on the whitelist, you can double your money in just 24 hours or so. You send your $500, you create $1,000. You spend your next $1,000 on your next whitelist to make $2,000, and once you're up to around the $2,000 level, the world of NFTs really starts to open up to you, and you can start to compound your money, you can start learning more, etc. So ultimately, guys, if you're new to NFT trading, stop trying to look at OpenC to buy the open market. It's highly risky. Basically, guys, you really need to focus on making profits straight up and not taking too many risks as a beginner. But once you've got a few sales under your belts from a few good mints, then you will be well prepared to continue on your journey. Guys, I'm also going to leave a link for my course down below, which tells you everything from how I basically got started trading NFTs to where I am now. And you can click on that link and go across and find out more about that course today as well. As well as that, make sure you subscribe to this channel to be able to get onto those whitelists that you really need to be able to make money trading NFTs. And if you've got any value out of today's video at all, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you again soon with another NFT update. Bye bye.